we got some mail. Hey friendos, it's Ritz, and before we get started, there's two things we need to talk about today, kind of elephants in the room. Firstly, I haven't been able to stream on Twitch as much as I would like, and Kingdom Hearts month had to be postponed, and basically the reason for that is my ISP has been dicking me over super hardcore. It's not fun. I'm supposed to have 20 megabytes a second upload. They're giving me about 2 after I stream for over an hour, between an hour to 2.5 hours, or sometimes my internet cuts out completely when I'm uploading, and it's only when I'm uploading or streaming, so it's not throttling. So to combat this, I am moving in the next month or so to a house that has Google Fiber. Oh my god, please save me, Google Fiber. I want to never worry about internet for the rest of my life. I want to be able to just do my goddamn job and do all the cool things that I have planned. And so to combat the lack of streams, and so it doesn't feel like I'm kind of just spinning my wheels, I'll be uploading 2 videos a day, every day, for at least until I move into the new place, potentially longer depending on how stuff goes, but I'm like 5 or 6 weeks ahead on content right now. I've literally rendered out all of the stuff. All I have to do is make thumbnails for like 18 of them, and then I can upload them all and schedule them all. And so I was looking at it and I was like, you know what, I can go up to 2 videos a day. I'll still do my 8 AM Central Standard Time for my first video, and I think my second video will be going up around 2 PM Central. I'm gonna play around with the times and find the time that works best. So without further ado, let's jump into the mail and then some questions. So this comes from Katrina, I'm assuming somewhere in Colorado, otherwise you just picked a pretty cool looking postcard. But there's like a Momo sticker from Avatar, a Lego Joker, and a lollipop, and then some cats. So I know it's gonna be a good one. So this says, to the man who ups the ante and likes to make everyone salty, as a longtime viewer of Minx and recent subscriber RitzPlays, what are your favorite games to play with friends? Watching you guys get salty and trolling each other is the best part of the day after a long, boring work day. Right now with Uno with the salty Wade is my favorite. I would like to meet you if I have the money to travel. Cat303. So to answer your first question, favorite game to play with friends is definitely either Uno or Golf It. They're just fun. I love those games. Even when you're mad, you're still having a good time, and you know you're still gonna be friends with everyone at the end of it, especially Uno when you're getting dicked over, or everyone's dicking over Wade, as it's tending to be. But it's really, really fun to do, and those games are my favorites right about now, to record with friends at least. Otherwise, it's like a lot of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, that game is so good still. I gotta finish it though. And thank you for saying that it's the best part of your day. I always remember loving watching people whenever I had a bad day in high school or college. I'd watch YouTube or whatever and find a way to like escape from stuff. So I definitely totally get you, and I'm very, very appreciative and humbled by the fact that you consider watching my videos one of the best parts of your day. That's really awesome. Thank you. And in terms of had the money to travel to meet me, I'm gonna try to be going to some more events next year. This year's kind of really hard to do. I'm doing TwitchCon and I'm doing RTX in Austin because it's local, and also RTX is one of the best conventions ever of all time. So those two are the ones that I'm for sure doing. If at some point there's some other ones that happen and fall down the rabbit hole, that's not a phrase that I should use. But if some other things go on that potentially I can go to that are more local to people, we'll see about that, and that'd be awesome. If any conventions want me on a panel about like positivity or being gay in space or like dealing with criticism or finding the criticism and the hate or something like that, let me know, because that's stuff I do. So thank you. Sure, we'll pretend like that's where that goes now. We'll do this one. We're going smallest to biggest. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. So this, I believe, is from CD Kinetic, one of my subscribers on Twitch. I would assume it is because he sent a message in my Discord asking if I got the package, and I don't think his name was Nicole. So we're gonna see what this is. But I'm already excited because it's Kingdom Hearts. These are fucking rad. These are a bunch of Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts. If you guys don't know, Kingdom Hearts is my favorite game series of all time. Yes. It's a bunch of Keyblades. I'm not going to pretend like I know all the names of all of them because I was going to relearn them while doing Kingdom Hearts Marathon. We all know how that turns out. We'll be back sometime this summer probably. But we got a Roxas necklace as well as the Kingdom necklace, which is awesome. I actually used to have one of these. They're really, actually I probably still do somewhere. It's really shitty quality. And this one actually looks to be very nice. I may actually start wearing the Roxas one again. There we go. I definitely didn't put it on backwards the first time. So thank you again to CD Kinetic for the awesome Kingdom Hearts stuff. He said there's more to come. So we'll see if some stuff comes next week or if it comes in the next few weeks or what happens. But I'm excited. So thank you again for the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I'll be sure to put it with all the rest of my Kingdom Hearts stuff. And I'll treasure it forever because it's Kingdom Hearts. And you have to treasure Kingdom Hearts stuff forever. Duh. And lastly, we got a thing. Oh, I might have broken a thing. And lastly, I got mail. There's more mail than I've gotten from, like, anyone. It's actually the first postcard I've probably received in years. Oh, shit! Dear Ritz, sorry for the paintings, they're kind of messy and not all the colors are correct. That's totally fine. I hope you enjoyed the 3 pieces of art I included. I subbed to your channel at the beginning of this year and it's only brought me happiness and motivated me to be myself. I'm chronically ill and have pretty bad depression, so happiness is pretty hard to find for me. Anytime I watch your videos, I can't help but laugh. I started attending school more regularly, which is pretty hard, but I feel like I can do it. I love coming home to find a video or stream waiting for me. I'm really excited to move to Austin because I've lived around here my whole life. I'm extremely sorry about our sucking Texas internet, though. You got that right. I hope that you continue to sing and write songs to think that you're pretty talented. Wrap this up because I have to try and send it again. Thank you so much for being an inspiration for me and someone who makes me happy no matter what. I love you. Enjoy the art. Nicole. And that's from Dang Septic on Twitter and Smosh Nicole on Twitch. If you guys are subbed, you'll see her in chat pretty often. So thank you, Nicole, for the note. Yeah, internet's not great, but you know, welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. I'm very happy that my videos and streams brighten your day, as I said before. I always had people that I looked up to when I was in high school and college, and it's nice to be that person for other people. That is like literally my end-all be-all goal on YouTube and Twitch. Like the numbers are great, making a living on it is great, but providing happiness or whatever, an outlet for people to feel happiness or whatever is like my favorite part about what I do. So I'm very happy to be able to do that for you. So thank you. So let's look at some of the art. This is Al Pudding, our lovely Al Pudding. You should watch that Uno game. It's like an hour long. It's Mink, Smarty, and myself, and Al Pudding. Boy, was it fun! We didn't hate each other at all! No, it was totally fine. It was a really fun one. I gotta find a good place to put that, though. Also, slightly wrinkled. Unfortunately, that may have been mail. We'll do this small one as well. This is my logo, which is fucking rad. It probably isn't gonna focus as well, but I'll be sure to post it on Twitter after this episode airs, because no spoilers, duh. I think I'm gonna spoil it. Probably Instagram too, because I want to show off all the fucking cool shit. And then, I mean, you know, it's Kingdom Hearts, man. We got Shadow, we got the Kingdom Key, we have the heart from the logo, and we got the Kingdom, the crown, and this is Kingdom Hearts. And then it's got my name, and then it's got the artist name. And this is fucking awesome. I'm definitely going to be putting these up somewhere, but now that I'm moving, I'm gonna have to be careful about where I'm putting them, because potentially moving like a lot of stuff in like 2 weeks, or potentially like a month. So I don't know when I'm moving. So I kind of just got settled. Fuck my life. And I'll keep Al Pudding. I'm gonna put it in a binder, potentially one of those ones, like a photo album stuff for some of the smaller like pieces like this that I don't want to ruin, because I want them to look pretty forever. So I will be definitely doing that as well, and be putting this with the rest of my notes. And also we'll put this up here for the rest of the video as well, because we can. So thank you to Nicole, Katrina, and Matt, aka Kinetic, for sending me the mail. I got real mail. That's actually really exciting, and it made my day when I checked the mailbox and there was actually like stuff for me to get. It felt fucking rad, so thank you very much. If you guys want to send mail that will be shown off in TMI Tuesdays or future mail things, depending on how TMI Tuesday goes in the future, make sure you check out the description where there is the address. You can send me things. Even when I'm moving, I'll be keeping that same P.O. box at least for a while. So I paid for like a year, so I kind of have to stick with it now. We're jumping right in, and I'm probably gonna mess up this first name, but Ingvar Chaos Aquila, who is my favorite Kingdom Hearts character? Probably either Roxas or Axel. I really like their storylines, including from 358/2 on into Kingdom Hearts 2. And then who is my favorite Doctor? David Tennant, I mean, that really wasn't that hard, to be honest. David Tennant was the best Doctor, easily. I think that when Matt Smith joined, he did a good job, and I liked some of what Peter Capaldi was doing, but I got so over Stephen Moffat's writing, I found it just, that I stopped watching the show. So I think David Tennant was like the glory years of Doctor Who for me. And I'm hoping that the next showrunner can take it into a direction that kind of more closely aligns with what I want to do. But it's really hard because Russell T Davies stopped really making shows. He made Torchwood. The first couple seasons of that were money. Ash Baskerville asked if I had to be a dragon, what kind of dragon would I be? And would I want to have a horde of something, what would that be? I assume there's different kinds of dragons. I don't know what different kinds of dragons are. I'm gonna go with Shenron from Dragon Ball Z because I can grant wishes. Although that would probably suck because it's like being a genie in the bottle. But I want to be like that kind of dragon that just exists in the world and just fucking flies around in the sky and does crazy shit and has magical powers. We'll go with that. My horde of things? Planets. I'm gonna hoard planets. Be like, that planet's mine, that planet's mine, that planet's mine. Be the fucking king of all planets. The Dragon King of all planets, damn right. Alexis Alvarado asks if I... That's the thing. Alexis Alvarado wants to know if I wasn't a gaming channel, what would my channel's content be? And I actually used to do like band videos and stuff like that for a while. But I think that honestly, I would be a travel vlogger of some sort. One of those YouTubers that goes on these cool locations and checks out cool things and like reviews them, or just even a daily vlogger. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be interesting enough as a travel vlogger, but I think that that's probably the best bet for me. I think that I'm adventurous enough and I like going outside and doing cool things. Just, you can't really do that while you're also doing gaming videos and streams. You gotta kind of pick one, and I picked gaming, so maybe if I get more free time, or like at some point if I can hire an editor way down the line, then I can do more of those things. That'd be awesome. Sean Heatherly wants to know that I mentioned that I think I described chicken parmesan as a pizza with more meat. Kind of is. Does that mean I prefer deep dish pizza over something lighter? Not always. Actually, deep dish is something I'm still kind of learning to like, I guess you could say. I like chicken parmesan because it's a big piece of chicken generally, but I also like the lighter pizzas, the like New York style with no grease and drip. That is the perfect pizza, IMO. I don't need any of those like fancy whatever they do off on the Worth It BuzzFeed thing, which I'm a sucker for. Some of those are really funny and good and interesting, but I like pretty generic pizza. I like Italian food. I think I just like Italian food mostly as a whole. It's just good. I'm probably Italian, I don't know. I have to finally do that 23andMe that I was gonna do when I brought back the vlogs, but that's hard. Zach the Avenger wants to know what other things besides YouTube I like to do. I like to go to concerts, I like to go hiking, I like to go skateboarding. Not that I can actually like skateboard and do tricks, but I like to just like ride longboards or skateboards or boosted boards or whatever. Just something I do that's fun. It's the Californian me, I guess. But otherwise, just movies, music. I like media. I like being creative. I like creating things. I like building sets. And I think that if I get to a place that has more space, I can actually build some more interesting and unique sets, because that's what I think is fun. And another weird thing that I like to do in my free time. Helmet Girl Online asks if I could be any YouTuber except PewDiePie, who would I be? Well, first of all, I wouldn't pick PewDiePie. And not even just because, like, I wouldn't pick him because of just the shit he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis, being the biggest YouTuber. I don't know, I'm gonna have to guess. I'm gonna go with Casey Neistat. I really, really like the videos that he makes, and he has very interesting style. And I think that if I could even just meet him at some point and talk to him, I think I could learn a lot. So being him, I'd probably learn a lot as well. Helmet Girl Online asks, I'm in a relationship right now with another girl, any advice? Don't go to people online for advice about relationships, because they're probably not always the best. But the two things I've learned is communication is key. If you've ever had a disagreement, make sure, or like arguments are starting to form, take a breather and step away and say, we'll come back to this at another time where we're both level-headed. Because as soon as people start raising their voice or getting upset, their emotions take over, and some, not all people, get in the point where they have to be right, and like, it's never gonna, like, things almost never resolve in an argument, except for that they resolve that they split up. That's usually how arguments, big arguments, that have a resolution in them, last. A lot of arguments, people argue, and then they come back together. I'm like, that was stupid, I was upset. So I nip that in the bud as soon as I can, and I'm like, no, we're not having an argument. I'm gonna go do shit, and we're gonna cool off, and we're gonna come back to this as adults later, and then see where things go. That's probably my only real advice, because I've only really been in a handful of relationships. They're only lasted about 6 months each. This one's at about 8, so doing good. But it's kind of uncharted territory for me, so I'm definitely not the person to ask. Bonks, aka Bonky Heart, asks, Ritz, when will you have teal hair back? And probably not anytime soon. Maybe at some big milestone down the line, but the upkeep for dyeing hair is such a pain in the ass that I don't want to do it, and I cut my hair myself, so it's a thing that I do. But I'm already starting to go gray here, so, and also here a little bit as well. So like, probably should stop dyeing my hair because it kind of just destroys the hair even worse. And you know, I like my hair; it's pretty nice. And I cut it myself, and I don't want to have to dye it myself because that's even worse. Because your bathtub gets real not good by the time you're done with that. Auto Rocket wants to know, did I ever watch Invader Zim when it was on, and if so, what are my thoughts on it returning? I did watch it when it was on. I haven't completed the whole show. I got through probably the first like 10 or so episodes, I want to say, and I very much enjoyed it, but just time happened or life things happened. So I'm excited to see that they're coming back for a movie. I will probably do some sort of marathon, and we'll see what my thoughts are on it once I've watched the whole show and the new movie. We'll see how they do. I don't really have thoughts about it coming back because we don't know if it's gonna be good or not. We can hope it's gonna be good, but we don't know. So we'll have to see what the final product is, and then I can give like an actual review. Nobody's Dogma wants to know, which Kingdom Hearts character do I hate the most? Can I just say Atlantica is a character that I hate the most? I never really liked Little Mermaid, and the world in 1 was awful. The world in 2 was not good. It was just a bunch of the fucking swimming, oh my god. The second one was just like sing-alongs, which was just like, hey, do these quick time events to unlock shit. You gotta do it if you want 100% the game, so do it. So, it's not a character, but I don't really have an issue with any of those characters. It's just that world irks me a little bit. Dringo Star asks, what would I do if I was in the position of choosing what I love versus financial stability if YouTube and Twitch weren't enough? And funny you should ask that. That's something I need to consider down the line as I continue growing or stagnating or dealing with these spectrum issues and the internet issues, is trying to figure out what I can do to maintain my income. Sometimes if things dip, I'll do like a brand deal, or I'll do some editing for someone on the side. So I always have like bits of income coming in from different places to be stable. But if I had to, probably I'd go into some sort of video editing full-time, more freelance. I also would consider doing hosting. I'd love to do hosting for, not like necessarily news, but like YouTube shows or what have you. I don't think I would have been a good fit for something like SourceFed, but maybe something along those lines I could have been good or fun or fit in well with. I don't really know, but that's just one of the reasons I like doing TMITuesday, because it gives me more of a chance to practice talking freely and not messing up my words, so that if at some point I do end up deciding to host things, that I could have the ability to do it without being completely host illiterate, I guess, or what have you. Madeline Reynolds wants to know about the jewelry that I wear and if there's a story behind them, and kind of for some, most of them not really. The black necklace that I wear was like $10 on Amazon. It was when I was going through my punk phase during the first TwitchCon. It's when I got the blue and the teal, like green acid washed denim jacket, or denim like vest or whatever. Whatever the hell it was. I still have it. I'll wear it eventually. Just gotta feel confident in it again. But so I bought this, and I bought like a bunch of different bracelets and stuff, and that's when I had black nail polish for a little bit. And then I didn't really like how I was looking, so I just ixnayed a lot of that. But I kept the necklace because I really liked it, and I thought it was cool. My watch is just a Pebble Time Steel, RIP the Pebble Time Steel 2 or whatever. Fuck you, Fitbit, for taking it away from me, because at some point I have to find a replacement, and I love my goddamn Pebble, it's the best. My earrings are just generic tunnels that they used to sell at Hot Topic that they stopped selling a little while ago, so when my old ones broke, I had to find the manufacturer and buy 2 sets of them, so I had backups. But they're just some generic rubber tunnels, and I like them rubber because they don't bother me and I don't have to take them out really ever. and they're super easy to get in and out because they stretch and are malleable. I tried using the solid ones, and that sucks because you're actually stretching your ear. These you just fold and then it fills it up, and it's kind of nice. Generic lip ring. It's black. It's a seamless, so I can keep spinning it. If you watch my streams, I'm constantly going like, when I'm not talking, I'm just thinking or playing the game, I'll go like this. And what I'm doing is I'm spinning my lip ring through. And lastly, I have this. I bought it at the Renaissance Fair that I made a vlog about back in like September-ish. I didn't necessarily buy it, it did show off when I bought this, but I bought it there, and I bought kind of a companion piece for my boyfriend, and so I wear it to remember him, and it like never comes off. When I go through the metal detector at the security, it didn't go off last time, and I was like so excited, because before I had to take it off, and I had to ask this really nice old lady who was like 70 something if she could put it on, because I felt too uncomfortable to ask anyone else, and she seemed friendly, and she was like, sure, you should learn how to do it. So yeah, hopefully that explained my jewelry. Really, this is the only one that has any meaning at this point, but you know, it's cool. The RPG Uncovered Tuber Maydane. Oh man, that's a mouthful. It's maybe a little personal, but what's your biggest fear? And then also added what it was like coming out. My biggest fear for a while was death, and I kind of got over that when I realized that our life here, our time here is so short in retrospect to like time itself, that I don't have time to worry about little like things like, oh, am I gonna die because of blah 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 blah. It's so irrational that it's the same way I deal with my anxiety, is I'm like, you don't have time for this. Like, there's so much shit you gotta do, and there's such a limited amount of time that you're gonna be here on this planet, and you don't know when it's gonna end, but you know you've got right now at least. So fucking do things that make you happy and do things that improve the quality of other people's lives. And that's kind of how I've been looking at things recently, and how I don't really deal with any fears anymore. Any other fears that I have, or have had, I guess you could say, I put myself out there to do it. I went paragliding, which I was terrified of, and that was really awesome. I put myself out in like gaming conventions to get myself over my agoraphobia and dealing with crowds. So it's a lot of just pushing myself to better myself, I guess I would say. And what was it like coming out? I talked about that a little bit during my coming out video, which, you know, it's pretty easy to find. And yeah, I mean, it's something that, like, as you get older, you realize how much of a non-issue it is. There's some people that are gonna be stuck in their ways, and they're gonna be rude about it, or they're not gonna accept it. And guess what? Fuck those people. Who gives a shit about their opinion? If they don't value you as just you, then they can fuck themselves and go do whatever the fuck they want to do. I really don't care. In high school, I lost a friend because he couldn't accept the fact that I was gay and that I didn't have morals, and he was a very religious person. And it wasn't until, you know, a little while ago that I realized, like, fuck you, you're only a good person so you can get into heaven. I'm a good person because I'm a fucking good person, because I think that people should be good people and treat people the way they want to be treated. But if you want to treat people like trash, go right ahead. That just proves that you're a trash person and you want to be treated like trash. I'm not gonna treat you like trash, but I'm just not gonna respect your opinion or interact with you. I will be cordial, and that is exactly how I'll be for you for the rest of your existence. And I don't get mad about stuff like that anymore. I just write people off and go, I don't care about your opinion, and move on with my day. Because I could be upset that people don't accept me, or I could say there are people that do accept me, and those people I want to deal with anyways. Magnus Faxon wants to know what my ethnicity is, and I have absolutely no idea. I should finally do my 23andMe kit that I got before I moved, but then I lost it for a while, and then I found it again, and then now I have to find it again, and just do it, and film it, potentially. So yeah, I'll be doing 23andMe at some point, hopefully this year, and we'll find out what my actual ethnicity is at some point, and that'd be kind of cool. Wesley Gates wanted to know if I moved to Texas because it was the only place available, or if I moved to Austin because Austin. And I moved to Austin because Austin. I could have moved to anywhere in the country, and I decided on Austin. I have friends that are living down here, and it's centrally located, and it's a big change up from where I've been most of my life. I did spend some time in Arizona before, so I'm used to the heat, but not necessarily like used to the heat. It's been a while, so I just thought it'd be a fun place. I really liked it every time I visited it, and I figured I'd give it a shot and see if it's where I fit in as a person. Cody Woodard wants to know if I could spend a week with any band or member of a band, who would it be and why? It would definitely be Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. I've always liked his lyrical style. I've always liked the music he's produced. I thought Plus 44 was a phenomenal album that was severely underrated, and I think there's a lot that I could learn from him creatively. You know, he just seems like a rad, pretty down-to-earth dude, And, you know, I'd probably pick Mr. Mark Hoppus. Call me, please. Listen to my demos. Alicia White wants to know what are my 5 favorite movies as a kid. That is hard. I'd have to go with Blank Check, which was this movie about a kid who gets hit by some fucking millionaire and he gets a blank check that he then buys this mansion. It's a whole fucking ridiculous movie that doesn't make any sense. But it was one of my favorites as a kid for some reason. I always liked the Jimmy Neutron movie. I always liked The Lion King, Pokemon the first movie, and the Digimon movie. There we go. That's a good smorgasbord of movies. A lot were animated, but that's okay. Trash King wants to ask, pick my favorite apocalypse kind of anime show, whatever, like Attack on Titan. How would I manage there? What would my part be in the world? And would I die? And if so, how? If I was in any apocalyptic scenario whatsoever, I would die. I have 0% chance of survival. I have no survival skills. I have no survival kit. I'm fairly antisocial, so like no one's gonna trust me because I'm just some fucking weird nerd in an apocalyptic scenario. So, nah, I'm fucked. I'm one of those people that's gonna hide and run and do my best to like not get hurt, but I'm probably gonna get fucked up and die, no matter what. If I had to pick one of them, I'm probably gonna go through and say Attack on Titan, just because season 2 started, and the first episode was pretty good, and I gotta watch episode 2 tonight, so we're gonna do that. MediChain wants to know, have I thought about making a compilation or showing art drawings that people have made for me? And yes, I kinda have. I have a folder saved on my desktop with, it's called, it's like fan art, and it's all the art and all the ones that I could tag. I didn't tag them initially. It has the artist's name on whatever media platform it was, the date it was submitted, that sort of thing. But it's hard because there's a lot that I got on Tumblr. That Tumblr, when you search the RitzPlays tag, most of it's gone. And I don't know if that's because I'm searching for my account, and if I've reblogged it, maybe it's not gonna do it, or maybe I reblogged it without the hashtag or whatever, so then therefore it's just an untagged post. I don't really know. I never used Tumblr very much, so I kind of stopped using it, and that's where it was for a while. I think I will end up putting them on a website of some sort. There is a website that I have that kind of just sitting there. It's pretty just bleh at this time, but I uploaded all the art that I had at the time. However, that art, for some reason, won't let me randomize it, so it's always the same order, which I think would be more fun to randomize it. So every time you load the site, it's different art at the bottom than the same one, or maybe it's most recent or something. I don't really know, but at some point maybe we'll put a compilation together. I know some people have tried to do stuff, but it's kind of hard because the art is usually pretty sparse. Sometimes there'll be a month where I'll get like 30 or 40 things, and then there's a stretch of 4 months where I get nothing. So, you know, I can't like think how to make good on the compilation. Sure. But if people send me art, I'll put it in this place together in my apartment where I can show it off in videos and stuff, or talk about it, probably for TMITuesday. Send me things. Thank you. Roxy K wants to know, do I enjoy taking baths? Sometimes. I enjoy taking baths if I can use like a bath bomb from Lush. I think that's a very nice way to relax sometimes. I only usually do it about once every 2 months or so, but I do enjoy taking baths. But generally I use shower. It's so much easier. Also, I can like jump around a little bit, like a little bit, and rock out to the music that's playing in the room. And it's very hard to do that when you're in a bathtub. XCTS poses a question. Name a time where I wanted to pause for a second, take a deep breath, step out, scream, yell for a second, step back in, and resume. And I usually don't get angry. I don't get upset, those kinds of things. I used to throw tantrums as a kid, and I grew out of that, and usually I just like don't get mad. I just let things slide by, or whatever. But I did curse at the lady on the phone with me dealing with Spectrum, my internet that hasn't been throttling me every 2.5 hours, limiting to the same upload speed every time. No, it is definitely not throttling. And so I was getting very frustrated after 3.5 hours on the phone with different tech support, talking to people with the different modems I've been using, talking to the people from the different routers I've been using, talking to my ISP, talking to everyone. And a couple weeks ago, or maybe like 2 weeks ago, I was on the phone again with my internet being out, and the lady was incredibly condescending, And she's like, well, did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in? And I'd already been escalated twice to another professional. And I don't know what word for word I said, but it was something along the lines with, you stupid fucking bitch. I've been escalated here on the phone for 3.5 hours. Do you think I'm dumb enough to have not unplugged it and plugged it back in? That wasn't my proudest moment. I probably should have stepped out, but I was frustrated, and I apologized almost immediately afterwards. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm frustrated. I've been on the phone for 3.5 hours. We've tried 3 different modems and 3 different routers. We've tried 3 different coax cables and 3 different Ethernet cables. We've also tried a combination of all of the things. So yes, I have tried plugging it in, or turning it off, unplugging it, and plugging it back in. We are well past that being the issue. And then she continued to be condescending to me, and I hung up on her, basically. Because I'm not dealing with people wasting my time. And that's why, at this point, they've mentioned escalating to like a top tier person, and I just don't want to give them my money anymore because I'm not able to stream. So that's why I'm moving soon, hopefully. Oh dear God, please let me move into a good place. And lastly, XATS wants to know, if I was a tough cookie, what kind of cookie would I be? Obviously I'd be a still cookie, because those are the toughest ones. Duh. Well, thank you guys for watching this week's TMI Tuesday. We're only going to do a couple more of these. We're going to see how they do. I'm not entirely sure yet if we're going to continue. The one where I announced that it was potentially ending did really well, and then the one that followed it did really bad. So I don't know anymore, man. Maybe we'll pause it when I'm doing the move again, and we'll see how things go. And I mean, I'm going to be doing 2 videos a day as well from the future now, at least until the move happens. So we'll see how that changes things, or what happens and changes there. Anyways, friendos, my name is Ritz. If you guys want to send your mail, you can send me your mail, and I'll open it on the video thing. You can also leave your questions in the comments down below for next week's TMI Tuesday video. As always, friendos, my name is Ritz, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.
Who is this next to me? Ritz, you gave him the slip, dude.
It's because we dress you up in a T-Rex costume and just rub you so hard that you don't